And we're here to celebrate the release of album number 5, Milo Zolotto.
Yes, sir.
That is correct.
Correct.
What is Milo Zolotto?
Well, you can say it many ways, but it's kind of a new couple of words that don't really mean anything yet. But hopefully one day will come to mean this record. We just like we like the way it looks, but we don't like the way it it's hard to pronounce. I agree, which might be a mistake. We might have to change it.
You know, after Viva La Vida, things really changed, like with the release, and it got much bigger, and your place in rock became the stature became, and the live shows on the Viva Tour really showed that. And you might say that in the time after that, you seemed you didn't know what you were doing. With this record, you announced that you were going to do another record that December, and that would be it. But obviously, the gap between the two trapezes got a little bit bigger.
Oh, yes, it did. Well, we always say things we end up not being true. I think part of being in a band is that you basically lie the whole time when you're in interviews, because you have to come up with some answer. Well, and so often I've said things, or we've said things that didn't happen, and I apologise for that dishonesty.
Well, what about the songs? So give us some insight into where these where these songs came from the periods and stuff.
Well, the new songs. Well, some of them have been around for a long time. You know, we've been working on this album for about 3 years. We kind of started out doing an acoustic record, and then decided that, well, we were holding some songs back, and we thought, well, we might as well put all of our best songs together and see what happened. And so songs like Charlie Brown have come out. You know, it's been around for 3 years. We started out, Will was playing it on accordion, you know, and then finally Guy said, we can't do this, no accordions.
There's an Oscar Wilde quote which says, the sign of a gentleman is someone who knows how to play the accordion but chooses not to. And we suddenly read that quote halfway through making an accordion album and said, we don't want to upset Oscar Wilde.
Well, often it seems like that the new record is a struggle, and the writing songs are a struggle. There's often quotes like that coming out of the camp. And, you know, when you're making the studio now, I was in New York a couple of weeks ago talking to Noel Gallagher, and we were talking about other things, and Coldplay came up, and I asked him, you know, Coldplay seemed to always say that they're working on the next record. It might be their last. Here's what Noel had to say about you guys and your songwriting ability. This is Noel Gallagher on Coldplay.
Because he's a friend of mine. He only says it's a struggle. And when he's made a record, he always says this is the last one. Always says it. But you know, it's never a struggle for them. How can music that sounds so effortless be so hard? It doesn't make any sense. But I love their new stuff. Obviously I haven't heard the records yet, but I've seen them at Glastonbury, and I went to see them a few weeks later in London. Some of the stuff is really good. I think their fans are going to be majorly pleased.
I think we are going to be amazingly pleased as we're waiting for October 24th.
He got $70,000 for that. He doesn't like us at all, but he wanted a new car.
Is he a mate?
Well, I like to think so. He's still kind of a hero for us.
Well, now you were in New York with the Letterman show last night. It was great.
Yes,
Radiohead were in town too. Did you happen to cross paths with them?
They don't speak to us, and we don't speak to them. They know they're the best, but we know we're the most handsome. So there's a standoff.
You know, I really think we'd heard some of the songs online, and I know for a lot of people, myself, I watched the Lollapalooza set, and things started to come together with that set. That was a comeback set, the new songs mixed with the old song. And again, I really think you found your place where moving forward with this record was. What was it like in front of all those people at Lollapalooza? Because it seemed to really click.
Well, we made the decision to go out and play festivals with new songs, which we haven't done for 9 years.
Yeah, since Rush the Boat to the Head.
Since Rush the Boat to the Head. And it really puts you kind of back at square one, and you have to prove yourself all over again, which I think is a healthy exercise. And it all really starts with Glastonbury, as Noel said. That's sort of our mecca, this festival in England called Glastonbury. And yeah, there's something challenging about it, and there's a feeling that you can't take anything for granted, and you have to really, you know, come in all guns blazing.
And now let's talk about some of the songs that we're going to hear. First of all, there's some pop culture references. First of all, hey, he's everybody's favorite underdog, Charlie Brown. Is there a connection between Peanuts and the song?
Well, there is, in the sense that part of the idea of the song was how in cartoons you can get shot or your head can get axed off, and then in the next scene it's just back to normal. And I was thinking, wouldn't that be great if life was really like that? So that's where the idea came from, like a cartoon type of existence.
And the guitars came up. The second song we got to hear when you were floating songs around was Major Minus. I think that's already one of my favorite off the record. The guitars are nice and loud in that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now tell us about Princess of China and your guest who guests on that song.
Yes, we're doing a song with a girl, an upcoming singer who might be good one day, called Rihanna. And she and us have done a duet, which does sound like a strange idea, except that it sounds pretty good. Yeah. And it's my favourite bit of singing on the album, obviously, because it isn't me. And it's also the first time we've ever tried a duet. And yeah, the whole attitude of the band at the moment is we have nothing to lose, so we'll try anything. Well,
it's a good thing duets run in your family, so it was a good time for you to try one. Let's play Teardrop. We're going to talk more Coldplay, your Rock of Fame inductees.
Thank you, everybody.